What's up, y'all? Welcome back. If you're new here, welcome to the video, welcome to the channel. I have found myself in the waiting game yet again here, which I have been finding myself in this scenario quite a bit as of late, it seems, but it's always for little things that are holding up the bigger things. And so we do have some parts that we're waiting on right now that we came across that we needed. And so yeah, just kind of waiting that out. But I do have some work to do in the garage today. We got a new workbench we got to organize. We can tinker around a little bit with the motor here. And I want to comment on the 1,000 subscribers on the channel, which is pretty daggone rad. So let's get into it. Now look, I fully understand and realize that in the grand scheme of the internet, by today's standards, 1,000 people is often considered to be a pretty small following. Hell, even 10,000 is considered to some to be pretty small. But to me, 1,000 people is a really big deal, and I just wanted to acknowledge it because that means that 1,000 people took time out of their day to watch my dumbass make some content and not only watch it, but liked it enough to hit the subscribe button to want to see more whenever I put it out there. And that to me is kind of wild, and I just wanted to say that I appreciate it. I always said that I appreciated every view, every comment, every like, anything that was interacting with my content. I appreciated it because I just never thought I would be here, to be honest with you. Before starting all this, I never thought I had that like camera personality or whatever. I'm just a regular dude who likes things that go fast, cars and motorcycles, and I'm no different than anyone else that loves this shit. But yeah, the idea that 1,000 people would eventually hit that dumb button down there to watch me make content about things I love just didn't seem like it was in the cards. And that's just it. I raced moto my entire young life. I've been into cars for years and years, and this is just my life, and I would be doing the same exact thing had I not ever picked up this camera and hit record in the first place. I don't do this for any sort of like online clout or whatever the hell that means. That means nothing to me, to be honest with you. I just wanted to create and document what I already did, and hopefully we would create a community of like-minded individuals around motorsports, action sports, things like that, cars and motorcycles, and we would have one more small sliver of the internet to have some fun on. I think that'll work for right now in this top drawer until I can get some foam and cut some things out. I gotta update some tools. I've been trying to do it as I go here, but yeah, that'll work for me. I've never said that I'm an expert at anything we do here. Hell, my dad worked on my bikes growing up racing, so I know I'm not the best mechanic. I know I'm not the best car builder, but I just feel like I can add my take on what we do here as far as like cars and motorcycles and all that kind of stuff. And at the very least, maybe I'll make some people laugh, and maybe I can be somewhat entertaining. We are learning as we go here, and that's part of the fun for me. I'm continually learning, I'm continually progressing my skills and my knowledge, and also just being open to fail and trying anything, seeing what works, finding out what works, learning along the way, and hopefully along that path we can build some cool shit in the process because I want to, not because any other reason. But anyway, that long-winded explanation of thank you for 1K, I do appreciate it a ton. I think we have begun to build a pretty rad community here, and I'm excited to see where it goes and what all we can accomplish in the future. All right, I'm gonna go tinker with the motor now, and oh yeah, cheers to the best holiday of the year. Happy Halloween. If you have been following along, you will know that we had a slight fitment issue with the Skunk2 intake manifold and the JDC titanium stud kit we're putting in there. It just was not mating up to it perfectly. It was getting like it was in a bind or something, and I was pretty confident that it was not the stud kit because the studs thread into the holes on the head. And so if it was the studs, it was the head, and I'd be in tears. And so I thought it was pretty much the Skunk2 thing, just not lining up. So I tinkered around with it. I took out some studs, moved some things around, tried to see if it would change anything, and it did not. So we took a round file, we filed out this bolt hole on the left-hand corner here of the manifold, and it slid right on. It didn't take much, but it was just enough to get it to, out of that bind it was getting into. It was just not, the hole was not in the right spot or whatever, which I know years ago on the forums and all that kind of stuff, Skunk2 has been notorious for fitment issues and all that kind of stuff. I felt like 10 years of development with this Skunk thing, or more maybe, that they would maybe have fixed the issues with fitment. And I feel like with, you know, as a consumer of car parts, the measurements should be there and the bolt hole should just line up. I feel like that's not too much to ask, which maybe not, because, you know, this bolt hole, sure, it could have been the aftermarket stud kit, who knows, it could have slid on there fine with OEM, whatever, but this little stuff like this little this solenoid right here, it's kind of hitting against that as well. And so I'll have to do some finagling to get this to fit onto the head, like kind of flush right here. So this is what I'm talking about how like the amount of precision equipment they have these days to make this stuff, like the measurements should be there, bolt holes and things like that, the outer perimeter of the part should line up every time. There's no reason for it not to be in my mind. I don't know, I don't product develop, but in my head as a consumer, I feel like bolt holes shouldn't be an issue for fitment. That's a quality check problem, I feel like, but you know what, is what it is. So here we are with more Skunk2 issues. The dipstick tube that goes into the block right here, it mounts to the side of the intake manifold right here. And I've test fitted this already, and I knew I was gonna have to bend the bracket here. And so I grabbed my little dipstick tube, and we didn't even get to attempt to bend it because we broke off the entire mounting point from the tube here. It looks super rusty under it already. The welds look pretty shitty. It's rusty on this side too. Focus, there we go. It looks rusty there as well. It was already kind of corroding under the zinc plating, it looks like, rust or whatever. And down here it looks the same way, down here. So, I don't know. I gotta contact Skunk2 and see what they're gonna do about that. My expectation is they send me a new tube, but I don't think they're gonna. They're probably gonna push back on that a little bit, but yeah, we'll see how it goes. All I wanted to do was put that dipstick tube on there and mount my super sick dipstick from JDC on there, and we can't even do that now. But some good news is we got to mount our cam sensors and all that stuff on there with some fresh new titanium stuff, so that looks pretty cool, right? Well, with that, I guess I will go ahead and end it off here. I had some time, and I really just wanted to come out here in the garage, get some things done, get some things organized, take care of that intake manifold thing if I could, and acknowledge that 1,000 subscriber mark before we got the onslaught of trick-or-treaters this afternoon. And so, yeah, let me know down below in the comments if you guys like this kind of content. I've done a poll before on the community tab about like longer or shorter content or whatever, but let me know if you like this style of content, and we'll try to incorporate some more of it into the channel here by bringing you guys along with some more things here in the garage and all that. But yeah, hopefully in the next video we'll have some actual parts here, some more things to do on the motor, take care of that, and getting it that much closer to being in this bay right over here. And so thanks for watching. I do appreciate it very much. As always, I'll see you next time. Bye.